Okay, daily update for Sofi today on the 17th of February. So I got the move that I thought was going to happen. I had some covered calls. I made some pretty good money on those. I didn't have very much left in them, so I went ahead and took the profit just in case something happens tomorrow, which is not likely, but I like to do if there's barely any money left on the table, just go ahead and take it. So got the move we were thinking. If you're new to this, first time watching, I have this going to be a regular flat. That's where I think we're headed to. So we had a big move on January 28th to the 1st, $3 move. Then we have A, B, C, B. And then this could be C. If you're thinking like, oh, this could be a regular flat right here. The problem is this right here was an ABC move, and so that wasn't actually an impulsive move, that was a corrective move. And so we have one corrective move, two, and so I think we're in the third wave right now. And if you go down to the 30-minute time frame, we have 1, 2, and it looks like we finished the third wave today. Actually, no. If you go down to the smaller time frames, we have maybe a little bit more to go. So I'm thinking maybe this actually goes down to about 12:05, 12:10, something like that. And then we bounce to 12:30, 12:40. And this goes along with the options chain too. So I think that it's likely tomorrow is going to be pretty boring. I think the overall market will probably bounce as well. And I think we're probably going to see something between 12:30 and 12:50. Maybe a bounce in the morning, and then after a gap down, bounce, and then come back down here, and then bounce back up here, and then they pin it around 12:35, 12:40. So kind of boring. That's kind of what I'm expecting for tomorrow. Finish 12:30, 12:40. So that would leave us with one more move on the third wave, in which I would expect that to happen on the 22nd, which is the next Tuesday, down to about 1175, 1180, and that will be the third wave, and then bounce maybe later in the day going into the 23rd. Or maybe like we bounce later in the day on the 22nd. Maybe this isn't the early morning 23rd. We get back up to about 12:10 or so, and then we have one more down move, which takes us from 12:10 all the way down to anywhere from like 11:30 to 11:50ish, and that will be the end of the C wave of the second wave. And then after that, that'll be on the 23rd, so that would be next Wednesday. Then we'd have Thursday, Friday, and then we would have Monday, and then earnings are on the Tuesday. So we'd have 4 full days going into earnings. And I think that's enough time for shorts to cover and us to make our way back up into the $12 to $13 range. That's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen. The other scenario is, let's see. I don't know. There really isn't a bullish scenario from here, I don't think. This could be ABC. It just doesn't really look like it. It held here. As soon as it goes below here, then you'll know for sure that we're on a third wave. And then we can bounce and finish the move. But they're just basically been manipulating this since February 1st when we got that big move. And their plan the whole time was just to keep it down between 13 and 11 for the next basically month. Just bouncing around here, nothing really happening, selling options to call buyers, just doing everything they can to collect premium going into earnings. And I would assume that based off that first wave, we should see here soon. I think I already have it marked, but eventually, especially if we beat earnings, we should be back up here in the 15 range, as long as the market cooperates. That's the problem right now too, is the market has just been really, really crappy, and it's not helping out at all. And we're being manipulated. There's so much going on right now. Any bad news hurts us way more than good news helps us. So, but I think eventually we're going to get to the point where it's going to break out. So let's rise into earnings, and then if they beat earnings, then there's a good chance we hit 15 right after earnings. There is some open interest, like I've said in previous videos, around $14, $15, and so that might be a problem for them trying to call or cover those calls. But after that, maybe even in late March, we should be off to the races to $15, $20 as long as the market is going well. So that's the daily update. Bearish from here for the next 4 or 5 trading days. I'm thinking low 11s, and we'll see what happens. I don't think Upstart's going to help us out either because they had a crazy move off their earnings. What did they finish at actually? Let's see. Let's see what they finished at. Because that's Upstart. So they finished, yeah, they started correcting, and that's probably when we started falling off a cliff. So we're basically just following Upstart right now. Like that's what kept us up, and then they fall off a cliff, we fall off a cliff. And on this move, this plays into my thesis as well, and I was thinking about this. This move, they went from 75 all the way to 157 in literally, I guess 3 weeks. But still, they doubled the share price in 3 weeks with good earnings. So if that's a first wave move, which obviously it is, this is probably going to come back down here to 116, 115, 105 to 115. So think, if this is going to fall in the next like week or two, it's going to put a lot of pressure on Sofi, and I think that this is definitely going to play out. So get ready to buy more puts if you want to play it like that. I chickened out today on my puts. I made a little bit, but I sold them like at 1280 or 1290 based off the options chain, and then the market went down after that because I had covered calls, and I was like, I'm making enough off these covered calls. I don't need to risk some premium when they were just like killing the premium the whole day. And then, sure enough, it sunk right after that. So I didn't follow my own game plan. But I mean, I wouldn't have made crazy money, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, so we're gonna follow Upstart, in my opinion, 115 to 105 for Upstart, and that will take us down to the low 11s. I don't know why this is, like why are the algos connected where we just follow Upstart like we're the same company or something. It's pretty dumb in my opinion, but hopefully since we got our charter and we are a bank, eventually we're going to start trading on our own and not have to follow somebody else's earnings, because it's kind of it's really stupid to be honest. So that's my thoughts so far for today. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will update you again tomorrow. All right, thanks.